Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's third video, doing JMA Friday for today's third video. So as also on a Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese and CFS V2 miles. I shall get on with it for you very shortly. It's going to take us into the middle of August. And yeah, I'll do that in a second. Just say that the first video release was our 7 AM forecast. We've released a little update for Camp Festival as well. Update number 2 for Camp Festival released this morning. And we've got a 10 to 14 day, including all our great features coming up for you later on this afternoon. I'm hoping to be able to do a live stream for you tonight after 10. Been a while since we did a Friday night live stream, so hopefully I'll be able to do that. I have got a little bit of a bad back though, so if that starts getting worse this afternoon, then I might be in a bit of trouble. But I'll let everybody know on the community page, around sort of early evening, whether we're definitely doing the live or not. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be alright. Right, let's turn webcam off then, and we'll have a look at the JMA 500 millibar height anomaly from the North Pole and Arctic view down first of all. So this of course is the North Pole just here. We've got a wider Arctic circle around there, and then we've got the mid latitudes through here. So these are broken down into weekly periods. The first week period is going to take us from today, the 23rd of July, to the 30th. Of course, yellow, orange and red extrapolate to above average heights, which is high pressure, blue to below average heights, which is low pressure. So you can see that in the coming week we're going to have a mid-Atlantic ridge going up towards southern Greenland with a trough of below average heights, low pressure over the UK and Western Europe as well. And the jet stream will be digging southwards through the western side of Europe too. So becoming much more unsettled with that, and temperatures will be cooling off as well. Of course, initially there could be a thundery breakdown, and then with below pressure through this western part of Europe, it looks as though it'll be pretty unsettled, and we're probably going on the cool side of the jet as next week progresses as well. Now into week 2, which is going to be the 30th of July to the 6th of August. We don't look very good there, to say the least. If you want, warm, dry weather, we've got quite a big trough of low pressure part, more or less, over the top of the UK and Ireland, and it is combined again with like this mid-Atlantic ridge thing that's going to Greenland as well. That sends a jet stream onto a southerly track. Probably not as far south as that, but we will probably be on the cold side or cool side of the jet stream with that, and we're bringing in a wind from like a northeast direction, so feeling quite cool and unsettled, maybe quite wet actually to start August. And then we move through to weeks 3 and 4, which is the 6th to the 20th of August, and we're still looking pretty unsettled here with the JMA, with this area of below average heights over like the UK, Ireland, and slightly to our north. High pressure quite a long way away from us into northern Scandinavia and west parts of Russia. Jet stream coming through like that. It's a two weekly anomaly, so it might be transitional. It could be something about week 3 is still very unsettled, and week 4 then progresses to some rather higher pressure. But overall, that does look unsettled, I have to say, right way into the 3rd week of August. Let's have a look at the tropical and mid-latitude view to confirm the interpretation. So we can't see the Arctic and the North Pole, and Greenland, Iceland, Scandinavia. All those places are off the chart up here. However, we had a look at that view down, so we know what is going on. British Isles in the top right-hand corner of the chart. As you're looking at a reminder of that week 1 500 millibar height anomaly, which takes us from the 23rd to the 30th of July, with below average heights over to the south of the country, high pressure in the Atlantic heading up towards Greenland around here. So looking quite unsettled in week 1. Temperature anomaly isn't too bad. It's holding up close to average, maybe a little bit warmer than average, although just to our south and southeast it's going cooler than average there. And obviously with low pressure like in the ascendancy, it is rather wet as well, so the precipitation anomaly is above average for the UK. Anyway, Ireland looks a little bit drier still. Most parts of Europe looking really quite wet as well. So we've done temperature. Right, so we go through to so quite unsettled, for week 1. Go through to week 2, which will be the 30th of July to the 6th of August. And again, we have this area below average heights right over top of the country. The temperature anomaly is looking rather cooler than average again, or looks cooler than average in week 2, and it also looks unsettled as well with above average rainfall. So the end of July and the start of August definitely looking cool and unsettled. And then weeks 3 and 4 have the below average heights low pressure over the country. Again, a little bit to our north, winds coming in from a westerly direction with that. The temperature anomaly is improving a little bit, so it is starting to become a little bit milder during this, or a little bit warmer through this 2-weekly period. But it does still look rather unsettled, with most areas again having above average rainfall on those westerly winds. So if you want like warm, dry weather, not particularly good news for the JMA for August. But let's see what CFS has to say, see if that's in agreement. Again, these are 500 millibar height anomalies broken down into week periods, and the first week period takes from the 23rd to 29th of July. The coming week has for below average heights over to the south of the country, with the mid-Atlantic ridge heading up towards southern Greenland. Idea, low pressure pushing up from the south. So you would expect an unsettled weekend, and both of the models are in agreement about that. Week 2 is the 30th of July to the 5th of August. Again, high pressure in the Atlantic. It's heading up towards Greenland, Iceland. Low pressure is across the northern western parts of Europe. We'll be pulling in the winds from like a northeasterly direction. That's quite cool and potentially really quite unsettled as well in the opening days of August. Week 3 is the 6th through to the 12th of August. Low pressure around Iceland. High pressure across western southwest Europe, but winds coming in from a westerly direction. So looking sort of quite unsettled, quite mixed again, but some slightly higher pressure building to our south. Is that a sign of a bit of a change? Possibly, because we get through to week 4, which is the 13th to the 19th of August, and high pressure then is taking over across western Europe and reaching in towards the UK as well. That'll start to lift the jet stream and the low pressure out to our north and start to pull up something warmer from the south. So potentially that's turning drier and warmer into the middle part of August. So you have quite an unsettled sort of early part to August, but then the middle of the month turning drier and warmer then. And it's a little bit different to what the JMA was showing. Temperature anomalies for week 1 from the 23rd, 29th of July are going to be above average. Quite a warm week coming up, but going cooler than average into week 2, 30th of July to the 5th of August, particularly for England and Wales, going below average for temperature. And notice how cool it's looking across many parts of Europe as well, significantly below average there. Week 3 is going to be the 6th through to 12th of August. That one is also looking below average with temperature, although a little bit less so. And then week 4 goes a little bit warmer. This is the 13th to the 19th of August. This one is just seeing the temperature anomaly lifting up a little bit, as it is across much of central and also western Europe as well. The precipitation anomaly from the 23rd, 29th of July is a bit wetter than average to our south and a bit drier than average to our north. Week 2 is the 30th of July to 5th of August with near normal precipitation there, but I suspect that will be quite an unsettled week. No particular signal as we get through into week 3, 6th through to 12th of August. Again, probably quite a mixed week though. No signal again for week 4, which is the 13th to the 19th of August. But I would have thought that could be a drier week with that area of high pressure building to our south and southwest. Right then, so it looks like, you know, what I've been talking about in the regular videos over the past few days. Unsettled for the very end of July and into the start of August. There will be showers and longer spells of rain, and temperatures are going to take a tumble. Later on into August, we might start to see some higher pressure coming back. Wouldn't necessarily go as far as saying heat wave coming back, but we might see some higher pressure, meaning something a little bit drier and warmer by the middle part of the month. Not much time about with JMA, but remember JMA weeks 3 and 4 are normally like 2 weekly, as I explained. So there might be, there might be something a bit drier and warmer within that 2-week period by week 4, for example, which would tie in what the CFS is showing. Right, so that's it, JMA Friday for this week. Remember, it's just a snapshot of what Molly's showing. Could all look very different. Next week, any forecast beyond 5 to 7 days is fraught with health warnings. We're going to be back later on with your 10 to 14 day. That will include all of the regular features. So come back for that then. For JMA Friday, that's all for now, though, and thanks for watching.